Welcome back to Villa TV and to Matchday Live for our post-match show. An absolute drubbing. Aston Villa 4-0 winners over Bournemouth. I'm being joined by Gary Thompson and Alan McInally. Gary, wow. That's all I have to say.
You look at this Bournemouth side coming to play Aston Villa and you think it's going to be a tough game, and I think we were all saying 1-0 or 2-0 or 2-1 or whatever. No one ever saw a 4-0 and possibly could have been even more. But the penalty save makes all the difference at 2-0. He makes that save, all of a sudden we romp on to win the game.
Why did none of you predict 4-0, Gary?
Well, to be fair, I was thinking that before. Not that I want to take the credit for it, but I was thinking it might be 4. No. It was just one of them. Great performance, though. Great performance.
Everything came together. Yeah. So clinical. We're going to go through the goals individually, but so clinical throughout, though, Alan. This really was seeing Villa at their absolute best and getting yet another one over Iraola, who's still not won over Unai Emery, which is something in itself.
Yeah, he's not allowed to do that anyway. I think if you look at his contract, it's a Basque thing between the Spanish managers.
Respect your elder Basque.
I'm not sure if we played better this season in 45 minutes, genuinely. I thought we picked up second balls. I thought we looked as sharp as attack. I thought we restricted it. They're a good team, by the way. I'm telling you now, they're a good team. In fact, you and I were watching the game and you'd said to me that they can go second if they win today. Yeah. That's how well they've been doing.
They've gone to 21 points if they
haven't conceded 4 goals to anybody. Well, not in a long time, obviously. Certainly not this season, not the way they've been defending. And we have made them look bang average today, only by the way we played, the way we passed, the way we picked up second balls. I thought we were just so sharp and at it today. I think the big man spot on, Tomo. I think the penalty is a huge point in the game because they were just having a little time, they were just having a couple of shots and getting into the game. But that for us is an unbelievable 3 points. And you know, before I said it before, this is bigger than last week's game against Man City. This now, you look at the table, we're sitting 7th, we jump above Bournemouth. And now we're looking up the way rather than a little bit looking down. So it was a really, really good performance. There was some unbelievably good performances. Onana in the middle of the park, notwithstanding his goal, fantastic. Genuinely. Ollie Watkins worked his tail off. Yeah. Honestly, he did. And Malin comes on, it hit his heel and goes in. One of those days, seriously. I told you Buendia was going to play a big part for us. The free kick was incredible. And Kamara in the middle of the park is just the biggest support net we need, and he was brilliant. I mean, it's tough to pick him out of the match. They were all really, really good.
You talk about Kamara and Konza, and they smell danger. Kamara's superb in that smelling danger. He knows where the ball's going to end up, gets his body in the way, and he keeps the ball as well. Composure he shows, and Onana, when he plays, the composure he shows. All he needed was more goals as well, Onana, but actually he's looking the part now.
Do you think he moved the ball quicker today, Tom? Because you know sometimes he takes a touch and he'll take another one, and the big man, he wants to look really good, but sometimes he's better when he gets it, gives it, gets it, and moves the ball quicker and runs forward with the ball as well.
I think if you look at Bogard when he came on, there was a little ball played to him and he knew where the man was. He played the ball past the man, he went on the other side, and all of a sudden assists on the attack. If you know where people are, your composure and awareness, all of a sudden you can play, and the big man starting to do that.
Yeah.
Should we take it right back to the start? Because of course we know that Bournemouth didn't get off to the best start when their skipper had to be subbed off because of a head injury, because he collided with his own player. And then of course he goes off then, and he just seemed to rock them thereafter, Alan. Obviously it's never going to be an ideal start for anyone.
I don't think it was an ideal start for both teams, to be quite honest with you. But certainly it suited us with Adam Smith, the skipper, by the way, as well of the team, not being available. But certainly in terms of it being a little bit of a slow beginning, then I think there's absolutely no question about that.
He's multitasking here because he's talking and also going to give the microphone
he's done this before.
to Amadou Onana, one of our 4 different goal scorers today. Thank you so much for coming out and joining us.
Ehrlich.
Übertrieben.
Aber unglaublich.
Überragend.
Ich schwör's dir.
He doesn't like doing
I just said to him, we have a German moment every now and again, and I love the big man. That was more like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone's delighted. You know, biggest victory of the season, 4 goals, 4 different goal scorers. It doesn't get any better than
Torjäger.
that. Torjäger, like you said, like we say in Germany now.
But I just said to Gary, I went and I spoke about you specifically, big man, about moving the ball quicker, getting it into areas, and you then been able to go forward with the ball and put them under pressure. I thought you were brilliant today doing that, just moving that ball quicker.
Thank you. No, I think that's what the manager demands from me as well. You know, to try and create the danger, try and play forward, play quicker, when we get the chance to, and I think we did that pretty well today.
Can we talk about your goal? I think that we've held it off for long enough already now. It just looked, everyone was already on their feet before you had even connected with it. Did you know straight away you had hit that as sweetly into the bottom left-hand corner?
Yeah, I think these guys would understand what I'm talking about, but when you hit it that sweet, you somehow, you just know that it's going in.
I thought it was a clearance.
No, but it reminds me of my goal last season against Young Boys Bern in the Champions League. Pretty similar, So yeah, no.
Can you just talk to us about your positioning though? Because it did just take a slight deflection, but you were bang there, right place, right time.
I don't even know. Did it take a deflection? I don't think so. Hey, give me the credit.
Come on.
Give me my credit.
I'm reading the match notes, to be fair, rather than my own take, so I will definitely credit you with that. But again,
it's all
finding yourself
I'm
right
saying
place,
it hit
right
me.
time.
I mean, it's nice to be able to have a laugh after the game. It's a great 4-0. They're still a good team, but I thought the way we played today made them just like worry about us a little more than we worried about them.
Definitely. I think with the ball we've been very proud, playing it from the back. I know sometimes for the fans it can be annoying, but this is just the way we play, and that's what got us to here. So we need to continue doing that, and I think we kind of beat them at their own game because they're a very intense team. But today, in the duels, we were really aggressive. We were just spot on. Yeah. Spot on.
And how much fun is it playing alongside Boubacar?
Oh,
you two
amazing.
Controlling that midfield and your double pivot.
Amazing.
How is it?
Honestly, he's an unbelievable player. I love sharing the pitch with him. Or with Yuri, but I have a special relationship with Bouba outside the pitch as well, so I think you can see it out there too.
And just one final question, because we know you've actually got to run off pretty quickly, so we will let you go. But going into the international break now, confidence domestically, but also for you and taking confidence forwards to Belgium, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I think coming off this 4-0 against Bournemouth at home and trying to qualify Belgium, for the World Cup, it's an amazing feeling. I'm really proud of that, and obviously we need to refocus after that when we get back to the Premier League.
Oh, congratulations again. Thank you so much for
very
your time.
Thank you.
Enjoy your time with Belgium, and we will see you in due course. Thank you so much, Amadou.
See you, big man.
It's always great to speak to Amadou because he's just so down to earth.
Superstar, isn't he? He's an absolute superstar.
They've just scored 4 past a team that could have gone second in the league, and he's just, again, Gary, so down to earth, so natural, so easy to talk to, and he takes in everything as well, doesn't he? Fist pumps them the lot.
So many players come across as humble nowadays, and you think, well, he's an act. You listen to him, you feel he is humble, and he's enjoying the fact he's talking about other players as well. He's giving them the props they deserve as well, giving them all the love and the flowers. But he played superbly well today.
That's him. There's no act there, and I genuinely, when we're talking about him, I'm glad he said the manager wants me to move the ball quicker. He wants me to get forward quicker, and I think he's done exactly that. And I mean, we have a good laugh because we speak a lot of German together, and we laugh and joke about when he was in Germany, and he's like, you need to speak this in French and all that. And I've got such a good relationship with him, and so when. We live in our life vicariously through the lads now because we don't play anymore. So, and it's to see him do so well and do well for Aston Villa, it gives us a great kick as well. And, when the big man, I'm a happy boy for Villa and for him tonight. I
think he thought I was putting him away of the deflection on his shot. I meant from Morgan. I meant the play from Morgan to him, I think. Well, I read in the match report that it took a slight deflection, found itself at Amadou's feet. No deflection from his shot whatsoever. So hopefully just to clear that up somewhat there. But right, lads, let's take it right back to the start. We've said about Bournemouth and them not getting off to the best start with their skipper going off injured. However, it was fascinating to see the 2 different free kicks in the D. Yeah. One, first and foremost, was it Jimenez that actually took that one?
No, it was Tavernier.
Yes.
Tavernier smashes it over.
Yeah, who absolutely went for power.
Yeah.
And then you see, only a few minutes later down the opposite end, Emi Buendia going for precision. The difference even between those 2 free kicks from very similar points.
Just the quality as well. As you say, Tavernier, he's just gone to smash the ball. He's gone over the bar. And Luca Dean was hovering around as well. And I thought, maybe he'll take it on his left foot but actually, the actual finish from Buendia was superb. Keeper didn't even really move. He realised as soon as he did it, he beat him.
Yeah. What do you make of it?
I'll take you back to the goal he scored against Roma. Pre-season.
In the pre-season at Walsall.
Free kick. It was a little bit. He was closer this time, and I thought it was delicate, perfect. I'm delighted because I said he would score. I think he's got a big part to play for us. Again, I expect him to be doing that more this season and be part of the team and scoring goals for us, as well as I thought he did really well trying to get Ollie Watkins in a couple of times, trying to thread the needle a few times, which incidentally I'm going to mention this, Villa fans. I thought you were magnificent for Ollie Watkins today. I mean, he's sitting in the dressing room right now thinking, can't believe Mallon's come on, it's hit his heel and it's ended up in the back of the net. And yet Ollie has worked his tail off, and even Powell, who probably should have chested it and volleyed it straight in the net, has tried to just cushion a little header back to Ollie, didn't he?
Yeah.
And that shows us it's a team, they want to help each other. And Ollie is going through a bit of a bleak spell in front of goal, but he's doing everything else you want him to do. He gets hold of the ball, he gets into the channels, he's done everything. And Pau Torres tries to knock it down for him so he can just tap it in the net.
So great free kick, good start for us.
Yeah, so we started with that free kick, which just set the precedent, then it felt like. We've spoken to Amadou about his own goal and how fantastically he managed to take that and just slotted it in. Precision perfect. Again, we talk about how clinical Aston Villa are. We talk about the XG. We do, I talk about that at least anyway.
XG.
And the fact that the XG is normally quite low for Villa games, yet they are able to score off of that. They were actually outperforming their XG coming into today by quite a significant amount, which again, Gary, just shows how clinical Villa are when they do create the chances.
As you say, they create the chances. I mean, the second goal with Morgan Rogers, I think he gets a nutmegs. Wide.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little nutmeg.
Right.
Rolls into
really well,
Amadou,
doesn't he? Yeah.
And he has a strike, gives the keeper not the eyes, but he puts it right in the corner. Great bit of football and a lovely finish. As you say, we don't look like, you look at it and think they're not going to score as many goals, but you look at that performance today, there was loads more goals in that team.
Do you know, just when we're wrapping up, so we're at 2-0 and things are quite good. The whistle goes for half time, and you and I are sitting there, I'm thinking, out with obviously them having a couple of half chances. Yeah. I'm disappointed we're 2-0 up, because I'm thinking we probably should have been 3, genuinely. So that's how well we played against a team that the way Bournemouth have started the season. So, the manager must have been really happy at half time.
So then Emi Martinez's save comes on the 67th minute. So we are 2-0 up at that point.
Huge.
And you are just thinking and feeling this surely can't go the opposite way. But it was interesting because I thought when they actually switched which way they were attacking at the kickoff. And Bournemouth obviously elected then to send Villa to attack the Holt end during the first half. And that actually was received by a round of boos by the Villa fans. Dare I say, could that have worked in our favour? Because Emi Martinez stood there to save a penalty with the Holt end behind him, giving it absolute socks.
Yeah.
Would that have helped him, stoked him up anymore? Does he not? He doesn't need that.
I don't think he needs much stoking up, but he gets the crowd going as well. And we're saying that penalties, people walk up and take the penalty, they have a stutter and all that. Back in the old days, the likes of Ray Stewart would just go and smash the ball. And now I look at players now and say, just go and hit it. And some players have 15 touches. This time he's gone, he's took a stutter. Get me words out. Took a stutter,
Ironic.
And Emi's read it, and he's come off the line a little bit, but he's got his hand on it, and that was made all the difference today because then we go on to win 4.
Oh, and Emi Martinez, there's been obviously loads of conversation about him so far this season, and he would have been more annoyed than anyone over the incident at Anfield. However, we talked about Maccabi Tel Aviv, 2 crucial saves, and then some extra gameplay as well that he managed to provide us on Thursday night. That save. Do we carry on if they go and score that and it's 2-1? Do we carry on to go and score 2 more thereafter?
Maybe not. It certainly would have changed the equilibrium in the game. The balance changes in a game, and all of a sudden you get some momentum as a team when you're coming back, especially because we have outplayed them in the first 45 minutes. Completely outplayed them. So that little bite they had at maybe getting back to 2-1 that was obviously they didn't take was probably in our fortune. I've got to say that it was a great save. I thought Semenyo hit it really hard, actually. I thought it was a good save, genuinely.
And of all the players to step up for them to be taking it, you would anticipate it being Semenyo, who's been in such good form.
And not only that was a game changer, genuinely within the game. And although they had another couple of chances, that was really just about it. There was a couple that were like, oh, hang on a minute, but I thought we defended really well, stopped a lot of crosses coming into the box. And then it was free for us then to relax into 75 minutes towards the end. And obviously grabbing another couple of goals has put them right in the back foot.
Yeah, the penalty save, plus there was a deflection as well. I can't remember if it come off Kamara's heel, I think. And the keeper's got to read it and get a touch on it as well.
Oh, yes.
That makes the difference. That was a magnificent save by the keeper. He's moved his feet so well and just got a touch on it. That was superb. And really them two made the difference.
He's really proven today, hasn't he, what we all know and love about Emi Martinez.
Well, I mean, even Emi, I would imagine, I'll just hark back to the Liverpool game just briefly, is in terms of where he thinks, and by the way, where we are. We're at Anfield, it's difficult, it's hard. things are not that easy, and I think the big man realises that, and he never did it really once today. He didn't look to try and thread anything through. When it had to go long, it went long, and if he managed, if there was play side to side, Tommy would do it.
Yeah.
And I don't think he took so many chances, and that's not what we don't really want our goalkeeper to take too many chances. But his saves were brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
He does what he does good. He makes good saves. The ball at his feet, not 100% brilliant, but he does the job. And as you say, a little bit sloppy. He gave the goal away, but he learns quickly, and you don't put yourself in that situation again.
I remember goalkeeping coaches talking about keepers moving their feet quickly. You watch him when he makes a save. He's proper. Those feet are moving quick enough to get that before it drops in under the bar. Yeah, it was a really, really good save. He had a good day today, the big man.
Yeah.
Brilliant day, exactly. And I am going to ask both of you two for your top 3 players of the day. So just to get you thinking, I've already given Alan a little bit of a heads up. So Gary, I'll let you allow some thinking time. But before then, we better talk about Ross Barkley's goal. Now, I said to you, Alan, this is going to sound like some horrific after timing here.
No, by the way, I'll tell it.
You can vouch for this.
Well, so I can't remember. So it was just after the penalty, and then Ross was coming on, and you said he has actually scored more goals for Aston Villa against Bournemouth and Newcastle. That's who he scores all his goals against. And I went, well, I can't remember the last time he scored for us. And then, to be fair, the delivery of the corner was a belter, and a lovely little. That was one of yours, big man, from the near post.
All he needs to do is get a good glance on it. He gets the glance on it. The delivery is perfect. Gets a good glance. Keeper doesn't even move. You see the keeper's like that. He goes like that. Oh, he's beat me. It's done. Great touch.
It was, wasn't it? So
like, you called it.
Oh, so
You've got to take the credit for that.
Oh, I'm gladly. I need no second excuse to take the credit. So now he is joint top between Bournemouth and Newcastle for scoring 6 goals against both of those. So they are the 2 teams he absolutely thrives against. For whatever reason, who knows? But again, really well directed header in the end. And that final goal, Marlon's goal. Now, Gary, you already spoke about it, where Ollie Watkins will be sitting there just thinking, what more does he have to do after all of his work rate today, everything that he created? And then when you lucks in, you lucks in.
Exactly. He's worked his socks off, Ollie, got hold of the ball, blended it into play. He's made good runs. They've tried to tee him up. He's not got the goal. He's come off after 60, 70 minutes, and he's done his job. As a centre forward, you just want your goal. He sits down. He barely gets to sit down. Donny Marlon, they play a short free kick. Ball comes in. Donny Marlon goes like that. As he turns, ball hits his heel, goes in the goal. If you're Donny Marlon, you're like that. My luck is in. I won a lottery tonight.
Yeah, it has been, hasn't it? He's been having such a fantastic season. It's been tricky not to name him in the starting 11, but again, testament to him and his character that when he comes on, if he starts, if he comes on in whatever minute, he still gives us the same game.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw Yuri Tielemans in. When he came on, I thought he was... It's amazing sometimes when... Because we over the piece, the whole of the lads played fantastic today. But he has got something extra, Tielemans. He just looks a level again. You know, when he's on the ball, he's passing, he's competing for the ball, just bits and pieces. And of course, it's his shot that takes the deflection and Malin gets number 4. But there wasn't many players today that the manager's going to have to sit down and say, look, you know, you need to be thinking about doing this a little bit better. Because all-round performance. And I suppose nowadays, Tomo, you know, sometimes you're not going to play the 90 minutes that you and I would have expected to because, you know, 4 or 5 changes, you know, managers can make as many changes, and it's how you perform when you have the opportunity, and I think that's what the guys are doing.
When you get your 70 minutes, you've got to grab the 70 minutes. They say starters and finishers nowadays. And for us, we expected to play the game. If you came off, you were absolutely gutted. But nowadays, players kind of know they're going to get 70 minutes and some are going to come on for 30 or whatever. But it seems to be working quite well for them, hasn't it?
And we actually said that, didn't we? When we said, God, imagine being Bournemouth right now. What are you, 2-3-0 down at this point with a penalty save as well? You look over, Yuri Tielemans is coming on. Jadon Sancho is coming on. Bogard is coming on. I forget all of the rest of the subs. Ross Barkley, obviously, coming on. Do you just think that? And does your head just drop?
Well, to be fair to Bournemouth, I think they've got some really good players. I don't think they're the depth that we have, to be fair. But they were kind of rocked with their captain getting injured so early on, and I don't think that helped them. They still played okay, but they only played as well as they could because of the way we played today. You know, we set the tempo of that. There is absolutely no question today. If him and I had been playing today, we'd have delighted the way the midfield played, trying to get the ball into the box, us holding the ball up, getting crosses in for us to have headers on target. I think the way we played kind of set the tone today. They're a good team, Bournemouth. There's some very, very good players, but today wasn't their day, thankfully.
Right, I'm going to ask you both. You've had plenty of thinking time. Normally, I'd ask you just for your straight man of a match, which you can still give me, but ideally, because every single one of them had such a fantastic game today, it almost feels cruel to be picking a top 3 out of all of them, because they were all so fantastic. But if you had to pick them, Gary, in order until your number 1, your man of the match, who would you go for? Who are your top 3?
Ollie Watkins, number 3, because the work rate and whatever he put into the team. I'd have to say Onana, superb. Actually, as Maka was saying, moving the ball a lot quicker than it normally does, but he's getting so much better at that, and he looks a very, very good footballer. But I think Emi Buendia today has been absolutely superb. We expected against Man City he was going to be the one to make the difference. He's made the difference with the free kick. But what summed it up for me in the first half, he's lost the ball and he's ran 70 yards and got a block on, got the ball and he knocked it out for a corner, and he was gutted. But for the team, he's done what the team needs. So for me, Emi Buendia today has been star man.
Beautiful.
I already told you we play a big part in Buendia, but Onana was the best man in the park today.
Yeah.
He, in the middle of the park, was... I can't remember him giving the ball away, and I can't remember him losing a header. He was that good today, and I'm glad the big man spoke about the manager wants me to move the ball quicker and get forward quicker and put them under pressure. So Onana all day. Buendia, I have to mention him because of the free kick, because it changed the game immediately. It put us right on with huge momentum, and his technique, Tomo, was absolutely fantastic. Ollie did really well today, and I think you're right, he'll be sitting in the dressing room pretty unhappy with himself that he didn't manage to get on his target. He had a couple of chances, he really did. But Bogard next is a safety net that we've never had that good before. So I know I'm going a little bit midfield heavy here, and it'd be easy for me to say Ollie, and everybody knows I'm completely biased with Ollie Watkins, but I need to go Bogard because he took him off and he got a round of applause. And he gets it every game. He's that good. But Onana, Buendia, Bogard is your best 3 today.
Perfect. Well, lads, this has been so enjoyable. I mean, this was quite something, wasn't it? A notable result for Villa. So thank you so much for a pair of you two for coming back.
Pleasure.
All of your insight and help, as always. Thank you so much for watching. Aston Villa go into the international break with another 3 points to their name, and beating Bournemouth at home was the cherry on top.